Hello class, this is a video tutorial on rounding numbers. To round numbers means to take an estimated or approximate value. This is done to convey information quickly or sometimes for practical reasons. So here are three examples in the real world where this happens all the time. So for example, a football match may have exactly 12,578 people in attendance, but news reports may just say that there are 13,000 people in attendance. Another example, for example, in a textbook, a giraffe may be said to be 5 meters tall, but in real life, it was perhaps 5.19 meters tall. And the third example is the cost of petrol might be $10.02, but if you're paying using cash, they may just round it down to $10. So these three examples show where we might use rounding. But now here is how we actually apply the rules for rounding in maths. Step 1, we choose a place value to be rounded. Sometimes it might be given to you. Step 2, from the place value, we look 1 to the right. And then if that number to the right is 0 to 4, we keep the chosen place value the same. But if the number to the right is 5 to 9, we increase the chosen place value by 1. And lastly, we make all the numbers to the right of the chosen place value a 0. Now, just reading the steps, it's not very clear, but let's take a look at the examples here. You can pause and give this a go yourself at any time, but here we go. So here we have the number 195,483.625. And for the first part of this example, we're going to round this to the nearest 100,000. So the 100,000th position is 1. So this is the chosen place value. And so we look at the number to the right and decide, is this number 0 to 4 or 5 to 9? In this case, because it's 5 to 9, the chosen place value goes up by 1, so it's higher than 5. So this 1 becomes a 2, and then every number to the right will become 0. 0.000, but with decimals, we don't need to put 0.000. So this number, rounded to the nearest 100,000, becomes 200,000. Okay, so I hope that makes the steps a little clearer. Let's try this one again. Let's round this to the nearest whole number. Now, whole numbers are the ones position, or just before we go into decimals. So we're looking at the 3. This 3 is the chosen position. Now we decide, does this number make the 3 go up or stay the same? Well, since this is higher than 5, this 3 becomes 4, and every number to the right becomes 0. But since these are decimals, once again, we don't need to write this. But every number before this remains the same. So it's still going to be 1, 9, 5, 4, 8. It's only the numbers to the right that become 0. Okay, so I hope those rules for rounding numbers are a little bit clearer. Let's keep going with the next set of examples here. You can pause at any time. So here we go. Let's round this to the nearest hundreds position. So this is the ones, the tens, the hundreds position. So the chosen position is the hundreds. And we now look to the number to its right and decide, does the 4 go up by 1 or does it stay at 4? Well, since 8 is bigger than 5, so the 4 becomes 5, and every number to the right becomes 0. So the 8 becomes 0, 3 becomes 0, and even the decimals become 0, whereas every number to the left of the chosen position remains the same. So this just stays as 195,500.00. But like I said before, we don't need to write decimals out if they're just zeros. And there we have it. Let's move to the next example. Let's round this to the nearest 1,000. Let's find the chosen positions first. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So the chosen position is 5. And we now decide, does it go up or stay the same? Well, this number to the right decides that since this is between 0 and 4, the 5 remains the same. It doesn't go up. So the 5 stays as a 5. And every number to its right becomes 0. And so these 3 digits before the 5 stay as 1 and 9. So this just becomes 195,000. Let's keep going. Let's round the next number to the nearest 1 decimal place. So the first decimal place is this 6. And so the number to its right is the 2. The 2 decides if the 6 goes up or stays the same. Well, since this is not past halfway of 5, the 6 remains the same, and every digit to its right becomes 0, and every other number before it stays the same. So 195,483.600. Let's keep moving forward. Let's round this to the nearest 2 decimal places now. 2 decimal places. Let's first imagine first decimal place, second decimal place. And then so the 2 is either going to go up or stay the same. And the 5 decides that. So the number to its right. Well, since 5 is 5 or more, the 2 becomes 3, and every digit before it stays the same. And so the number rounded to 2 decimal places is 195,483.63. And that is the first example of rounding numbers to any given position. Hope to see the next example where we do more examples here. Hope to see you then. Best of luck.